Welcome to 1000 PS, welcome to the Chang International Raceway here in Thailand. Welcome to the launch of Bridgestone's new RS12, which is their street legal performance tyre. It's their most advanced performance tyre that is street legal. So let me go into a few little details, but I'm not going to get too techie and too specky. I'll just try and make it as simple and as straightforward as possible. What essentially Bridgestone have done is made improvements from the RS11 to the RS12. The way they've done that is learn technology and advancements they've got from racing. So what Bridgestone call racing is like a mobile laboratory. That's where they do all their testing in front of everybody. Now a lot of racing is controlled by other brands because they pay to run that championship. The only one that is open to everybody is World Endurance. World Endurance has just been won by Bridgestone. Not only did they win it, they finished second and third. So that shows the quality of Bridgestone. The other championship that is open to everybody is the Japanese Superbike Championship, which is essentially like BSB, but obviously in Japan. Again, you can use any brand in that championship. Have a guess who won it? Bridgestone. So essentially they use that technology, they use that mobile laboratory, they use all that information and they transfer that to their products. What we have is Bridgestone's most advanced road legal tyre, which is a pretty impressive statement. In terms of what they've actually done, they've changed the construction of the front strap tyre, which has given us better braking performance, so they claim. They've also changed the compound and how the compounds are on both the front and rear. So essentially, and very simply, which I'll do apologise to Bridgestone for, you've got a hard carcass in the middle and a soft carcass on the edges. It's a little bit more advanced and a little bit more technical than that, but if you can imagine at the front of the tyre where you get all the heat, in the centre of the tyre, and then on the edges you have a softer compound, more like a race tyre. In the middle of the tyre you have tread cuts, because this is a road legal tyre. On the edges of the tyre you don't have any tread cuts, because that's what you'll be using on track or in extreme circumstances and not in the wet. So essentially you've got a treaded high performance road tyre in the middle, and then on the edges something closer to a race tyre. The edges have changed in how big they are. So the front edge, or the amount of non-tread or race tyre on the edge on the front is bigger, and on the rear it's actually got a little bit smaller. So the best way to test these tyres is to come to a beautiful racetrack here in Thailand. Oh, granted, we could have gone to Spain, but hey, why not come to Thailand and get a huge amount of bikes and just have some fun. What was the big shock for me this morning is Bridgestone claim that this is a road legal tyre. It is road legal. I could jump on a bike and ride this on the road. But I still expected them to be using tyre warmers. I still expected the bikes to be on paddock stands and extension cables everywhere. But when we arrived this morning, nothing. The majority of the bikes are on their side stand, ready to go, no tyre warmers, and off we go. This morning when we first went out on track, ambient temperatures like 21, 22, and it went to about 28, 29 by midday. So granted, conditions are good and this track is really grippy. But within 2 or 3 corners, I felt knee down confident. Within a first lap, definitely scrubbed in and definitely up to temperature. The more I got used to the track, the more I got used to the bikes, it was taking me 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 corners to be at 80%. And then within a lap, I was at 100% and pushing hard and trying to get a good lap time. What's also impressive is that Bridgestone have been brave, because not only have they not used tyre warmers, which would have been like a little cheat in some ways, they've also given us a huge array of bikes that are all 1000cc apart from the Panigale V2, and given us a fleet of R1s that are race prepared. So they could have easily have taken us to a slower, less grippy track and just used supersport bikes, but instead they've come here where it's 6 gear down the back straight and really fast. If ever a track was going to eat tyres, this was it. So that's a big brave move by Bridgestone, which has tested their longevity and how much the tyre tails off towards the end. And it hasn't. That's been the impressive part of this tyre. In a 20-minute session, we're doing maybe 8-10 laps, maybe a little bit more, and the tyre feels the same as it does on lap 1 as it does towards the end of the session. It was only on the big Yamaha with the least rider aids that you could just start to feel the tyre just start to move around a little bit. But what also impressed me was in session 2 or 3, we just started showing off because there's camera guys darted around this track who I know really well. And if they give me the thumbs up and tell me to put my elbow down, I do. I have to go a little bit slower to do that, and it is blatantly showing off, and it is blatantly just so I can look good on Instagram. But to do that, you need to have confidence in a bike and confidence in a tyre. And to be able to put your elbow on the deck in 2nd and 3rd gear corners on a tyre that is road legal is an impressive statement for the tyre. To me, it feels like the tyre is as close to a full-blown slick race tyre as it could be on the edge. For me, it's really impressive grip. There was a few moments where I had a few little slides, but this tyre has performed way better than I expected it to because it's a road legal tyre that doesn't need warmers. It's on par, if not better, than some of the slick track day ready tyres that I've used in the past. It's difficult to compare it to other tyres because I've never ridden this track before, and I've never ridden this track on other tyres. We need to do a back-to-back test. We need to get them all at the same time on the same bike in the same temperatures. But what I can say is that I'm pretty old school. I love riding to a track day, doing the track day and riding home. And to find a tyre that can do that is this one. I can't wait to fit these tyres to my actual road bike back at home, ride to Cadwell Park, do a track day all day long at Cadwell Park and ride home again. Perfectly happy knowing that I've got grip, confidence and longevity. The big test obviously is we need to test it on the road. We can't just do a track test and say that this tyre is going to be awesome because we're in Thailand and it's nearly 30 degrees. So what the tyre is going to be like when it's 5 or 6 degrees in the UK, that's an unanswered question. But it is a road legal tyre, so I'll be looking forward to that one. But in terms of what they've done, it's a massive thumbs up. This is a true road legal tyre that feels like a race tyre when you're on the edge. And for me, that's a big thumbs up. Yes, it's been a tough job. Yes, it's been very difficult. And yes, Thailand is very hot, but I've thoroughly enjoyed this one. If you want to know anything about compounds or tyre sizes or when the tyres are available and etc., just fire the questions below and we'll get back to you as usual. Next up for me is we're going to throw some slicks and try some slicks, some proper racing tyres.